Hey everyone, hope you're all well. Well, it's the evening of day 2 post op, and it's about 48 hours really since I came round from the operation. And today has been a pretty tough day, all in all. So, if you remember yesterday, I talked about having the most horrific leg pain in the afternoon, and that continued through the evening where my leg was going numb, and each time I stood on it I was getting shooting pains and burning sensations. So when my consultant came to see me last night, he said that because the scar was very low sighted, it may well have damaged or trapped a nerve, and that it might take 6 months to right itself. So the night was okay. I slept reasonably well on and off. This morning I woke up and felt quite low. And it's difficult when you're feeling low, when you've chosen to put yourself in a situation like this. You feel that you can't really feel that way because, you're not having a hip replacement or an operation for cancer treatment. You're having corrective surgery, which is something that you choose to do. And therefore, I kind of felt that I had to snap out of that and was doing all I could to think positively. But every time I stood up, it was killing me. My tummy and back were hurting, but nothing like the pain I was feeling in my leg. And therefore, in the end, I spoke with the nurse and said I didn't think I could cope with it and I needed it looked at. So a physio came and brought me a walking frame, and then subsequently brought me some crutches, and said that that would help me to get around and take some of the pressure off my leg and my back, which was hurting because I was overcompensating. And then my consultant arrived and took a look at me and said, "No, you can't put up with this for 6 months. We need to fix it. So we're going to fix it this afternoon, and we're going to take you down for another operation." So that was kind of music to my ears really, because the biggest part of the pain I was feeling had nothing to do with the op that I'd had, and the fact that he was going to fix that meant that I could get on with getting better. So I was taken down to surgery, and it was going to be under local anaesthetic, so quite daunting. You go into the theatre full of people. I mean, there was sort of 8 people in there, including a really lovely guy called Andrew, who'd been in the theatre as I was going under a few days ago. So it was nice to see familiar faces, and they stripped me off of my garments and I got to see my tummy for the first time, which it made me cry. It just looked incredible. I mean, literally, the definition that I can see on my tummy where the muscles are coming through, I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. And it physically overwhelmed me seeing what I saw for just a minute. And then I had to lie down, got covered in really hot blankets on my top half and plastic sheeting in front of me so that I couldn't see what was going on. And the anaesthetist that was there, Dr. Smith, on the first day, held my hand on this side, and another lady held my hand on the other side, and then they said they were putting the local anaesthetic in. But before they did that, Mr. Ahmed, my consultant, pressed into the incision so that he could locate which of the stitches was affecting the nerve. And as he pressed, I felt my leg go on fire. The burning sensation was horrific. So he then knew which part of the incision he needed to reopen. So then came probably one of the most traumatic experiences I've ever had, in that he had to open up the wound and put in local anaesthetic. And unfortunately, as he went to put in the local anaesthetic, it went directly into the nerve and I literally screamed because I have never felt pain like it, and I was totally out of control for I don't know how long it was. I kept asking them how long it was going to take because it just felt horrific. And in that moment, Mr. Ahmed had a decision to make. Did he stop because I was feeling the pain, or did he carry on, get it over with, and rid me with of the pain forever? And it only literally took a few seconds more for him to make the decision to carry on, and that's what he did. But I was sobbing and shaking, and it was just horrific. And the anaesthetist was holding my hand and talking to me, and when they'd sort of finished and he was stitching me back up, they gave me some morphine, and she was asking me to talk about Finley and Coral, to try and take my mind off. But I literally just had tears streaming down my face because it was just so traumatic is the word for it. I wasn't expecting what happened, and what happened was a shock, and I felt out of control, and it just wasn't a nice experience at all. And I went into recovery then, and the anaesthetist, Mrs. Smith, and Mr. Ahmed stayed with me, and then brought me back up to my room where Martin was. And I can feel the pain has gone. My leg isn't numb anymore. I can stand without that horrific pain. So it's been worth it, but it was bloody hard. Bloody hard. And it's a good job I've got a nice tummy, because nobody should have to go through that. It was horrible. So now I'm feeling a bit worn out. I've hardly eaten anything today, but Martin went to Marks and Spencer's and got me apple and peanut butter, and these, which are probably quite bad actually because they've got milk chocolate on, but rice cakes with milk chocolate on, and I'm going to have those this evening to kind of try and restore my equilibrium. And then talking about it actually is kind of made me settle in a little bit, so that's good. Hi, and here comes a nurse. She's coming in to say hello. So I will leave you there, and I'll speak to you soon.